Hello, and welcome to the Mercedes-Benz E-Class. I'm completely surrounded by little folk outside. That's so smooth. There's not even the tiniest vibration from it. Weird. I was expecting the usual diesel vibration when you start an engine. Let's go through spec here. This is my first. Oh, that's just pulled me there. That's quite nice. Mercedes-Benz E220 diesel automatic transmission, 9-speed gearbox, silver metallic with a beige leather, burr walnut on the outside. CO2 is an incredible 102 grams of CO2, so that's EU7 compliant, probably somewhere around there. Tax is €190 a year currently. Brake horsepower is 194, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 7.3 seconds. Avant-garde interior, avant-garde exterior, 17-inch, 10-spoke alloy wheels. They say this isn't the actual car that's going to go on sale here yet because there's just a few of them, they're embargoed and stuff. Very little in the way of optional equipment. Metallic paint, alarm pack, media interface kit, smoker's pack, ashtray with 12-volt socket, burr walnut trim, and a touchpad. Recommended retail price for this one I am sitting in is $56,183. The Avant-Garde Auto Saloon starts at $52,850. Now, nothing in Mercedes is ever where you expect it to be. So that's where drive is right there. So we go that way. Now, right, and away we go. Let's have a spin. Leave all these people here. Enjoy your day, people. I won't be back for a while. So, it's very quiet. The very first impression I get off it is quiet, right? So we're going to change our dynamic mode here. It's got to be. So let's go in for Eco. Eco is generally when everything gets turned down. So they turn down all of the stuff that makes the car kind of sporty or noisy, and they get rid of that stuff out of the system, so it becomes a smoother, nicer drive. And that's the Eco now is really after deadening the accelerator completely. So we go for comfort. Make sure there's no one coming down this way. Okay, that livened up a tiny bit, not an incredible amount. Cabin is gorgeous. I get the impression there's a lot more room, a lot more scope there for more screens. That's the very first thing I'm looking at there. There's little touch pads here, which they are touch pads. That's good. That's a good trick, Mercedes. I like that. Just rub your finger against that and you're going through different screens in front of you. Very, very nice. Very good. Now there's still the same old diesel brrrr sound out of it. You know, I'm used to it at this stage. I'm not really worried too much about that. If you really want something quiet, get an E200, which will give you a 2-litre petrol. Left or right? What do you think? Make a guess. You have 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go whatever way they're not going. Now we'll go down here to the right. For the buzz. For the buzz, huh? There's a nice bit of torque. It's a kind of a surge forward. Not too much of the freak out, put down the foot and squeal over the road feeling to it, but I can live with that as well. Let's flick into sport mode and we'll do a little bit of gear changing ourselves. Turn in here for a roundabout. My bag just went sliding across the back seat, but there was no trouble of the understeer, oversteer from the car. My first impression is one of, let's say, luxury. I'm feeling the luxury feel. I feel a very soft ride. The seat is firm but pliant underneath me as well. It's a bit tough on my back, but I can kind of live with that as well. Not to worry about that. It is a car that feels like a car I could drive. And I don't mean just to go somewhere and do something. I mean actually have a bit of fun on a back road in. It does feel that way. I'm beginning to really like Mercedes controls, their system controls inside the cabin, even though someone set that to high. Smart Alex. There's always one. It's very easy to find things within the cabin. There's also plenty of storage. What's that, volume? No, look at the touch screen. The little touch pads they're genius. I like them. I like them a lot. That's really good. So why would you... What's this now? There's something about the brand Mercedes. I like what Mercedes does. They never seem to do what every other German company do. My favorite used to be anything Audi Quattro. So if it's got a Quattro, it's good. Unfortunately, Audi copped on to that, and now they stick a version of Quattro into a car. They're not real Quattros. They're kind of front-wheel drive, they lose grip, and the back wheels kick in, right? BMW was my favorite to drive, and still is. Don't get me wrong there. I think their cars are exceptional machines in their own way. But Mercedes has added a little layer over the last few years, last couple of years now. They've added a layer of veneer over the top of things, and they've polished it up, and they've really made a decent package of a car here every time. And every time I go out on one, I keep going, this is a Mercedes. This is still a Mercedes. This isn't a sporty Mercedes. This is the mid-range E-Class. That's a narrow bridge. How can a bridge be so narrow? You should fix that bridge there. I'm quite impressed with the feeling. The response in the steering is actually quite nice as well. I just don't really have a problem here. I think this is really good. Now, pending a full drive, let's not make any mistakes here. First off, I'm not going to give you a full analysis on this car. I think there are subtleties here that I haven't seen yet that I'll want to see as time goes on. There's a range of speed bumps in front of me. I see speed bumps, a lot of speed bumps. All right, it's a good test. What speed bump? I felt nothing. I know nothing of this speed bump you talk of. This is very pleasant. Okay, let's not make a full judgment here, but I can tell you now, within 10 minutes of driving any car, I'm pretty well aware of how that car is going to feel generally on a road. You know? And this feels good. This feels really good. Feels like a car I'd like to drive. You know, that I'd be happy staying in for a few weeks to drive it. Back in sort of traffic now. I'm in Salins and Naas, and it's still very pleasant here. You know, there's still no I still don't feel any problems here. You know, there's light rain outside, nothing too crazy, just a little bit of light rain. All my GoPros are staying on, which is even better. That's a bonus. It's a bonus in itself. I'm in comfort mode now. I really do like those air vents. They're very pretty. They're nice things to look at. Unfortunately, this one blows directly onto my left hand, onto my fingers when it's set zero, like when it's set flat. It blows right onto my... I don't like that. Just nitpicking now, it's really it. That's what I'd be told now. You're just nitpicking. Don't be silly. Key is pretty as well. Quite like that. Nice, isn't it? As always in Mercedes, I find that the layout of the controls and things are always kind of backwards to everybody else. They always are. Like the gear shift is up here, it's not down there. There's a knob down there. There's nothing to do with the gear shift up here. And you know, everything is a little bit different, and I quite like that because if you drive Mercedes all the time, it's your normal. Okay, as a mate of mine does, a really good old friend of mine, he drives basically nothing but Mercedes. It's all he ever bought. He bought a 5 Series once and hated it, so I can't really say much more than that. But he is that kind of driver. He prefers to know where things are when it comes to Mercedes. I get in, it takes me a minute to try and figure out. I kind of have to think in the Mercedes way. I have to look at everything in the car and go, okay, Mercedes put the gear shift up here, and they put the cruise control down there, and they put, you know, windscreen wipers and indicators are all on the one stalk and stuff, and they're all on the left side. So everything's a little bit different. I really do. I think it's a absolutely major improvement in the cabin. I love the look of it. It looks electronic and yet it's mechanical. It's a kind of a strange feeling in here. Everything looks like it's supposed to be an electronic dashboard, but it's not. Actually, it's a totally mechanical dashboard. Anyway, the Mercedes E-Class range is just about to hit the market, and you will find it in your Mercedes showroom very, very soon. Thank you very much for watching. I'm really happy to have you along at any time. If you've got questions, make sure you leave them in the comments below, but please give us an old thumbs up. It takes a lot of effort to make these little videos, so could you please give us an old thumbs up, hit the share button there, subscribe if you can, if you think you want to watch more of this. I'd love to bring you more of these reviews, so please get in touch at any point. I answer as many questions as I possibly can every day, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the far side.